Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Eldrazi ramp on the draw for game 1. Looking like energy. Could be zoo, I suppose. Play Temple. We're likely going to cycle this K command on end step. Though I guess it might be best to do so now in case this is zoo, actually. Because if it is zoo and they have a stubborn denial, I'll regret it. So I'm just gonna cycle. That's rough. Of course, now Raghavan's gonna hit a green source. Okay, that's fine. Taking the Writhing Chrysalis, I'm okay with that. Elegant Parlor. So yeah, this looks like energy for sure then. I would love a... Oh, Mardu energy. Okay, draw. Let's K command again. I need a land, please. Lab is actually pretty good here. Puts me back on track. And pass. 2, 4, 5. We find a temple we can play Sire 7 now. That's nice. Otherwise we'll rumble. 3 down to 15. Ragavan hits and finds. K command. Would have liked that as well. Admittedly. Paying cost 3 in hand for what? A Static Prison would suck. Ugh. You're a menace. Arid Mesa fetch. Gala Shrine Shock. So now I need to find a talisman or a green source. Chthonian Nightmare. What? Huh. Well, that was surely unexpected, I'll be real. Huh. Interesting. I mean, I guess you could sacrifice the Ragavan for the Sephiroth, but I'm not sure if that'd be wise. Draw. Emrakul. Yeah, that's rough. The Static Prison's probably gonna get me in the long run. Like, maybe there was a world where he held the talisman for this exact reason, but they only run like 2 Static Prisons now. Bombardment. Do you float the Guide Souls? You do. 5 down to 10. Theoretical 8. It's Anti-Causal Vestige. You could warp that, but I think it goes to my exile. Yeah, so I guess you could warp. You'd be able to draw a card, put something into play. I guess you could even sacrifice of Chthonian Nightmare, actually. Oh, well, too bad you used up your energy. You'll gain an energy, but then you can't get anything back. And... draw. Another lab. I'll imprint Emrakul and we'll pass again. The problem here is that I'm about to take 5 down to 5, a theoretical 3. Yeah, I think I die here in the grand scheme, unfortunately. Finds lab. Them taking my green source definitely threw me off. Me also just not seeing lands for a while there threw me off. Well, that changes things. In that case, I'm going to hold, because I'm going to get my talisman back. Fetch Arid Mesa. Surveil. Land to yard. Main static prison. Give me back my talisman. Beginning of combat. Let's not belabor the point, shall we? And done. Guided Soul's down. I'll take one down to 4. Yep, can't do anything about that. We'll block the spawn. Two cards in hand. And Ocelot Pride. You have not gained life. I'm at a theoretical 2. Okay. Draw. Commercial District. Commercial District Surveil Trigger. Temple. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I mean, if I just put it to yard, I think that's probably going to be better. And there's Sire's 7 deaths, and we'll pass. Can Sire bring this back from the brink? One Flage kills me, a Johnny kills me. Yep, I'll concede. Unfortunate. So this is energy. Lost for game 1. Let's move to game 2. So we are going to want... Nope, not Wasescape. We're going to want Dismember and Thief. We got Gemstone, Ghost Quarter, and you can cut the Cavernous Souls. At the same time, I'm trying to remember if Cavernous Souls, if it's necessary to make sure we play Chrysalis on curve. No, I don't think it's necessary. So we'll cut Cavern and run it back. If only Anti-Causal was 7 mana. I mean, they very well knew what they were doing not making that 7 mana. Because if it was 7 mana, oh my god, it'd be so much better. Able to trigger K-Return for 4. Able to trigger Sanctum for 4. It'd be so good. On the play for game 2... I will keep. The question now is, do we go for Rumble or Talisman or hold up K command on 2? We have 7 hits off top for Soul Lands. Utopia Sprawl wouldn't be bad necessarily. Bloodstainmire, fetch, 19 for Sacred Foundry Shock. Godless Shrine Shock. Thoughtseize on 1? Yeah. Imagine you take the K command then. So in that case, we're inclined to either play... That's weird. Why would you do that? I will play Stomping Ground Shock. Very weird. Talisman of Impulse. Pass. And we'll pass in full. Really? So in that case, I will rumble. There's Myco spawn. We could kick next turn, but I'm going to go for a Temple instead. Play E-Temp because we're angling for an Emrakul now. Marsh Flats fetch. Elegant Parlor. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So yeah, we have Emrakul next turn. We have Redundancy on top of which. In a very good spot. And bonus goes up. Yeah, they see the writing on the wall. Win for game 2, on to game 3. I will bring in the gemstone. And I will cut what? So I'm inclined to cut an Emrakul as they do have the ability for both Nihil Spellbomb and Thraben Charm to start to strip my graveyard. Null Drifter I want to keep to recur the K return. We could cut a World Break. That's not the worst idea. Yeah, World Breaker's not doing as much here, realistically speaking. We'll cut a World Break then. I guess maybe Chrysalis is maybe a better first cut. Maybe. We could go Breeding Pool, Sprawl, Rumble. We have Null Drifter. That way we can re-trigger a K return. Yeah, I like this idea. Thoughtseize takes Rumble? Probably. Initially I was thinking about going Breeding Pool, Sprawl, double green, so that way we could play Sanctum, Utopia Sprawl. Unfortunate. Okay, command's nice though. Shock, Breeding Pool, Sprawl for red. And pass. And pass. Next turn we can Null Drift Evoke. Which is a consideration. Fetch, Plains for Thraben Charm, rude. Chrysalis, Sanctum of Ugin, Sprawl, red, pass, and pass. Voice of Victory, draw, Misty Rain. Misty Rain, fetch. Go for a Stomping Ground Shock. And hold. 3 types in yard. So 9. I mean, we could angle for Emrakul here if the K command next turn. That is appealing. And I do like that idea. Because K command will make 5 in yard. Flage target. Yeah, I'll sack a spawn. Always heal. Really? That is a desperate move if I have seen it. Go to blocks? Actually, so you have 6 types in yard. I'm gonna have to say no. I'll take the 3, or 6 cards in yard. I'll take the 3. Sacred Foundry tapped. Voice of Victory trigger. and draw. Lab. Lab, tuck, no drift. In that case, ramp, exile, cards in yard. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And done. Sanctum trigger. Always yield, but I'm going to say no, and opponent's just going to scoop it up. Alright, we'll take the win against Energy. Solid win. We'll be back for match number 2. Alright, and we're back for match 2 on the play for game 1. Methinks my opponent's playing Goblins, and this hand is exceptionally slow. Best thing off the top are Soul Lands, admittedly, which we do have 8 of, so 8 hits off the top. Utopia Sprawl would be kind of meh. Well, they wouldn't necessarily be bad, just want to be good. I'll keep. The nice thing about this hand is we do have a Surveil land on 1, which allows us to dig a bit deeper. So I'll go fetch, pass, pause on end step, Raucous Theater, Surveil, keeps it on top, Wooded Foothills, Surveil, trigger, Temple, top, draw, Temple, pass. So now we have a choice. We can hold the K command. Is this a snoop? We're 1000% holding the K command. We pass, draw, second K command, excellent. In that case, we're just immediately getting rid of Snoop. No ifs, ands, or buts. Snoop be gone. And done. And pass. And hold. Another Snoop. Again, kill on sight. Pass, draw, lab. That actually works out really well, because now we can go lab, imprint, sire, kick a Myco spawn, kick Raucous Theater, Eldrazi Temple, and again, be gone. And done. And pass. And hold. Actually, there's no reason to hold. We'll pass in full. Let's stay Mire Fetch, 19. Let's stay Mire Fetch, 18. 16. Okay. Want this Matron. Now you're gonna find a Snoop. Yup. Draw. Null Drifter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fetch. Forest. World Breaker. World Breaker. Passing combat. And we'll play Snoop. Yep. Trawler, that's fine. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. End step will return Sire to hand. Draw. E-temp. Combat. I'm gonna play Null Drifter here. The reason there being is I want a way to deal Snoop. For that exact reason, I should hold up a red source. Draw 2. Unfortunate. Talisman. And pass. And pass. Cavern Souls, that's fine by me. Bolt 7. Shit. So I think they win, right? Because now Kiki Jiki make infinite copies of Snoop. And then eventually you make a copy of Harbinger. You make Snoop into... yeah. Damn. Unfortunate. I'll concede. So this is Goblins. Lost for game 1. I mean, there's a reason why we were killing Snoop. Because of this exact thing. Dismember in. And maybe even Flute in. So Ghost Quarter out. Gemstone out. Pretty sure we don't need Bog. World Breaker can be relevant. Because I'm thinking if we go Flute. The question is, do we need Flute? That I'm not sure about. Let's keep the Ghost Quarter and then drop the Bog. And run it back. Yeah. We have a ton of removal, so the Flute seat feels a little bit like overkill. I will keep. We have 8 hits off the top for whatchamacallit. Soul Lands. They play Blood Moon, so we'll go for a green source here, specifically a forest. Sprawl. Red. Pass. And pass. Bloodstained Mire. Pass, draw, dismember, cast Rumble. Rumble finds a Drifter or a Breeding Pool. I will grab the Breeding Pool. Breeding Pool tapped, pass. Let's pass in full. Next turn you can play the Chrysalis. And still hold up removal. And pass. I don't see a situation where I use this Dismember this turn, but you never know. 2, Snoop. Yep. That Snoop needs to die. Chrysalis. See, there is one issue with this, actually. I'm going to K command here. Ramp Exile. And the reason why I'm going to do this is because I need to hold up Dismember just in case. There's a world where I might need to Dismember and K command. Snoop down, passing, holding. Scouting Tarn. So Kiki Chiki's in hand. Aether Vial resolves. And so I need to beat them more or less in 5 turns. That actually does nothing to me, funny enough. Yeah, pass and full. Draw. Yeah, as I say all the time, Dancephere really just doesn't do a lot in this matchup. Tapped. Pass. Aether Vial. Passing. We're holding the Dismember. Another Arena. For what? Harbinger. What does Harbinger put on top? Goblin Ringleader. So you're trying to give haste. Ringleader is a... Oh, no. That's right. Ringleader's that one. Yes, that's fine. Draw. Lab. Play lab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we are going to imprint. Alright. Damn sphere. That's on me. I should not have imprinted. Yes. I'm gonna grab an Emrakul. Because 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So yeah, we're still gonna grab an Emrakul here. Hold Dismember, attack for 3. Aether Vial, tick up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 14, yeah. Ringleader. Yep, that is fine. Trigger. Nothing. That's an oof. It feels like we should have this one. And pass. And draw. We'll still have 1 mana up for Dismember. Aether Vial? That's in what? Squee. Oh, Snoop. Sure. Why put in Snoop now, though? That I don't understand. Alright. 2 Kiki Jiki Squee on top. Trigger Aether Vial. Whenever attacks, may cast cards from your graveyard. Okay. I'm gonna say no. Draw. There's Blood Crypt. So we're going to go to main. I'm going to exert red. Exert red. Perfect. So that way, those will be tapped. Aether Vial is doing nothing. We go to combat. We want to attack and attack. Go to blocks. And pass. You'll have Blood Crypt on top and pretty much nothing else. Aether Vial take up. And the Blood Crypt can't even come into play untapped. And opponent goes out on their own terms. Respect. Alright, let's go to game 3. I will want Gemstone Cavern. So we will cut the Ghost Quarter and run it back. There's a thought to bringing in the Wastegate for the Aether Vial, but I don't think it's necessary. Alright, let's take a look what our opening hand looks like. Yeah, that looks solid. I will keep... So you want to play the Gemstone, that much is certain. That allows us to play the Sprawl on 1. So I think we pitched the Lab, honestly. Because we want the Breeding Pool, we want the Sprawl. We want the Chrysalis Temple in return, so yeah, Lab out, pass. Kinda wish the Breeding Pool was a forest, but say La Vie. Cavern of Souls. Aether Vial, yep. Draw. Dismember, solid. Tapped. Sprawl. For red. Pass. And pass. This way we can hold up Dismember next turn. Blood Crypt Shock for Thoughtseize. Yes, so you'll take the Chrysalis or the K return, I imagine. Chrysalis is actual threat, of course, so I think you take the Chrysalis, yeah. And Aether Vial. Sure. Draw. Lab. Play Temple since they already know about it. Pass. Hold. And hold. Three cards in hand. Goblin. Harbinger. Okay. Harbinger finds, I imagine, a Snoop. Ringleader. Okay. And pass. Draw. Myco Spawn. Play Lab. Lab Trigger. No Imprint. Kick Myco Spawn. This way we can hold up Dismember. Hit the Blood Crypt. And I actually kind of wish I could Commercial District, so I might grab a Fetch here and hold. Yeah, let's do that, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. We'll grab a Wooded Foothills and hold and pass. This way I can grab a Surveil land, if nothing else. Aether Vial triggers. He must have had a land in hand. That's why I went for the Ringleader. My only thought. Yep. So one unknown in hand. Bloodstained Mire fetch. Raucous Theater Surveil. And keeps it on top. Okay. Go to end step, I imagine. And fetch. Commercial District trigger. Another Myco spawn, put that on top. That way they can't play the Ringleader without using the Aether Vial, I suppose. Kick the Myco spawn. Oh. Again, go after the Raucous Theater. That way they don't have a black source. This time 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We could go to 11. I think we go Sanctum of Ugin. Yes, Sanctum of Ugin makes sense to me. And combat. We'll still be able to play the Ringleader because of the Aether Vial. Aether Vial for Munitions Expert, yep. And then block it. Yep, that is fine. And hold. So we know they have the Ringleader in hand. They're going to Aether Vial it in. Oh. Oh, no, never mind. They just stacked it. Weird. Aether Vial, Ringleader. Ringleader finds. There's Snoop. Prospector. And Trashmaster. Prospector. Okay. Draw. Talisman. It's kind of annoying. If I'm gonna sweep the board, I should do it now. So in that case, sweep the board. Play. Do you even play the Talisman? Yeah, I'm probably still right to do so. And attack with Myco Spawn. Down to 12. The biggest thing is I didn't want the Trashmaster buffing the board, and they could have Aether Vialed it in at instant speed. Hold the Dismember. 4 or 5, so that means you have Kiki Jiki most likely. There's Snoop. It ETBs. Arena of Glory on top, I'm fine with that. So 1 unknown in hand. We know about the Trashmaster, of course. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One short of Emrakul. And cast everything else in our deck, though. Biggest thing is right now we need to worry about Kiki Jiki most of all. Draw. Cyrus 7 deaths. In that case, we can clear the Snoop, trigger Sanctum. Attack with Sowing Mycospawn. Down to 9. Second main. I guess you can destroy the talisman. So let me do this instead. Triggers. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. I'm gonna say yes. The question is what we grab. Them are cool, not really appealing right now. Not to mention I can't play it. Could go World Breaker, that is a consideration. Yeah, I kind of do like the idea of World Breaker. Either that or Null Drifter to dig a bit deeper. I guess World Breaker going after Aether Vial would be something to consider. Maybe. I'm gonna go with the Null Drifter though. So we know they're gonna draw into an Arena of Glory, and that is fine. Yep. And again, hold up Dismember. Aether Vial in what? Kiki-Jiki? Create a token, and that's a target of non-legendary creature. So you could make a token of Trash Master, I suppose. But we're just going to dismember that now. And pass. You bring in Trash Master, make a copy of Trash Master. Okay, and then sacrifice Kiki-Jiki, I suppose. Blow up something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Yep. That's fine. And pass, 0 cards in hand. Plays a land, we know about the Arena of Glory, yep. Draw, Mycospawn. I'm going to kick the Arena of Glory. And grab an E-Temp. Question now becomes whether or not I want to evoke here. I don't think there's any reason not to evoke. Just dig a bit deeper. Evoke trigger. Well, there is the K return. The Sire's untouchable. What could they draw into here that could get them the win? I don't think there's anything, right? No, I can't think of anything. A Snoop. Matron. Because it doesn't have haste, so you couldn't go for, even if you found a Kiki-Jiki, it wouldn't matter. So yeah, that's just the game. Even if you were to double block the Sire, you still take 2 through it. Well, I guess not. You'll only take 1. I will play a Writhing Chrysalis because I can. Cast a Talisman of Curiosity. Go to combat. You are forced to double block. And opponent will take. Alright. Solid win against Goblins. We'll be back for match number 3. Alright, we're back for match 3 on the draw for game 1. We are keeping this hand. So, Verdant Catacomb fetch. Oh, this is Titan. Son of a Razor Saga. No, Drifting Woodlands. A bit of a slow start from Titan. That's good for us. Ghost Core is even better. You still start with the Verdant Catacomb, though. Fetch for a basic. Here's the Forest. Sprawl. For red. And pass. And pass. No amulet? Nope, there's the amulet. So the Ghost Quarter might... Oh, Jesus. Might be necessary. Picks up... What? So they have upwards of 5 right now is the problem. So... rough. I'll play the Ghost Quarter. I'll play the Sprawl. Sprawl for blue. And hold. Problem not becomes if they have a Lotus Field. Crumbling Vestige, fine. That's 5. Okay, so 4. So I might still need to Ghost Quarter their Simic Grove Chamber. Because they have another Crumbling Vestige. No, Crumbling Vestige would be the only way that would work. So in that case, I'm thinking we imprint the Null Drifter and then hold the K command, honestly. Because K command can disrupt their combo. No, they don't go off, then we K command in full. Try and find some interaction. World Breaker, Myco Spawn, etc. Alright, we have to go for it, so we Ghost Quarter at the Gruul Turf. Forest. Pick up Forest. Pick up Vestige. 5. Do you have a +1? Pact. Okay. Pact for Grazer, so you have a +1. Shoot. Alright, so now we need to interrupt their combo. So here's Vestige. That'll be 2. Green. So you have to have the Titan in hand then. Yep, there's Titan. Titan grabs what? Probably Painweir. Yeah, Painweir, Vestige. Okay. They'll haste the Titan. Yep, haste the Titan and then attack. Probably for bounce land and Beseiju. Excuse me. Yep, Golgari Rot Farm Boseiju. That checks out. Picks up Boseiju. Two cards in hand. If I X equals 3, I'll have access to 6 mana next turn. Yep, picks up a Seiju. What the? But why? That's weird. Oh, son of a... Uh-huh. Keeps the Shifting Woodlands, sacrifice everything else. Lotus Field, T West, Bassland, and Mirror Pool. Why no Mirror Pool? What the? That's weird. I guess they could be going for Aftermath Analyst instead. They pick up the T West. Yeah, that's my only thought. If we can interrupt this, we might be able to win. You need to tap the T West, yep. Pick up T West. Another blue. Okay. T West. Summer's Pact. Pact. Aftermath Analyst. Analyst. Mill. Pop. Response. Ramp Exile. So we need to get rid of Aftermath Analyst, Lotus Field, T West. Yes. Actually, do we need to get rid of the Lotus Fields? Maybe not. I'm trying to think here. So we definitely ramp, we definitely exile. Oh, we also only have 3. So we need Aftermath Analyst. The Lotus Fields might do more harm than good, funny enough. You definitely need to take the T West. Where's the Urza Cave? Urza Cave. That might be enough. Yes. And done. Alright, let's see if they can recover, because between the bounce lands and the Lotus Fields, they might not have a lot of lands that pay for the 2 packs. Interesting. Let's see if we got there. Comes down to the last 2 cards in hand, I suppose, right? Yeah, I have no idea what they are. It's more action that I'm in trouble. But I think this is my best bet at winning. Yeah, like I said, I will pass in full. I got nothing at this point. Really, do you have something? Okay, so it looks like that's all the pickups. Damn. I was hoping we were going to get more out of that. Seiju, yes. For a... I don't think it really matters too much. Stomping Ground and Breeding Pool because you have access to both blue and red. Tapped. And draw. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Damn. Commercial District, trigger. Null Drifter to yard. Alright, we're trying to angle for the Emrakul here. We're going to have to pay 8 for the 2 packs. Yep. Yeah, they just go Lotus Field, bounce land. That should be enough. Yep. And yep. Alright. Saga trigger. They have a Hainmer Battlements in hand and a lot of lands. They're shifting woodland. Okay. Attack. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'll take the hit. Well, Emrakul next turn. Yeah, I need to sacrifice 4 in order to do anything meaningful here. Mirror Pool. Okay. Amulet Vigor. Picks up Growth Chamber. I'll take the 6. Down to 7. And end step. They honestly probably should have went for a Bajuka Bog, but it's possible they aren't playing one. Oh, there we go. Makes a Titan. Maybe I should have blocked it. Let's see if they see the line. No, they do not. Echoing Depths, Mirror Pool. 1, 2. I guess they still could. Is that enough mana? 1, 2, 3, 4? No. Oh, no, it is. Never mind. Because bounce land, yeah. Mirror Pool. Yep. Another Titan. Otawara. Okay. Why Otawara? That's weird, but fine. Draw. Trigger 1, 2, 3, 4. Our turn, comrade. So there's Otawara and a whole lot of lands. Draw. Grazer's not doing much here. Main triggers. Float. Trigger 1. No, we'll fail to find here. Trigger 2. So I can, let's see. Yeah, so we attack in Titan. We can use the Otawara. We can play a bounce land, bounce a Lotus Field, play a Grazer, play a Lotus Field, sack. Yeah. Alright, solid win for game 1 against Amulet Titan. We got a bit lucky there, not gonna lie. So there's a lot we could bring in here. So Ghost Quarter Keep. Bog. Bog is a bit strange. It's not great here. Like, it can be, but it's very niche. So we want to keep as many Chrysalis as possible. Cut the Anti-Causal. We'll cut the Sire. Oh, we need to cut the Return, right? And that does allow us to bring in Thief. So I'll bring in Thief and run it like this. We could argue the Flute's coming in, but like I don't want to cut anything else is the problem. Yeah, so I'll run it back like this. On the draw for game 2. Pretty weak. Best draw off the top is a Utopia Sprawl. That's about it. As for a turn 2 Chrysalis, into nothing. So I'm thinking we will mulligan this. Yeah, mulligan. Sprawl. Best hit off top by and large as a soul land for a Ghost Quarter. We'll pitch a Null Drift. Pass. Opponent also goes down to 5. We like that. Saga. No Amulet. Ooh, that is perfect. For red. Pass. Because that way we can Ghost Quarter the Saga. Because they clearly are lacking an not a soul land, another effect. Vesuva, Forest, Draw, Forest, E-Temp, cast Myco, Ghost Quarter, any reason to wait for Ghost Quarter? I don't think so. We can wait until draw. Yes, I think that's correct. Draw. It's Saga. Pass. To explore. Probably going to evoke a Null Drifter here. Shifting Woodland, Razor. So they'll pick up, yeah, 4. So they have... Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. ETB, go to combat, swing. So yeah, if they have the prime time, they'll be able to play it. But they won't be able to haste it or anything, so that's good. Yep, there it is. There's Primeval Titan. What do you grab is the question. Again, you can't haste. What do I want off top then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess Magus wouldn't hurt at this point. Another Soin Myco spawn to get rid of the Mirror Pool, World Breaker. Even a Sire could be arguable. So we have some decent hits off top. We'll pause on end step because I have nothing I can do right now. Saga, Hainweir. 1 card left in hand. Commercial District. Trigger. No. To Yard View. Draw. E-Temp. That's unfortunate. In that case, we'll play the E-Temp. Maybe I should have fetched for a breeding pool. Surveilled? Maybe. Without a Amulet effect, though, they are in a bit of trouble, so we have some time. Wayscape Battle Mage. Okay. So we should be able to get rid of the Saga next turn. I'll hold Saga trigger. And we can even bounce the prime time if we need. We'll make a copy. Hold up the red so you can haste. Yes. We can bounce the copy. What do you grab? Picks up Otawara. Haste it. And if they attack with both, I'll block the first, the real one, the OG prime time. Perfect. Triggers. What do you grab? I mean, probably T-West Bounce Land, Urza Cave. You have a lot of good options. But Jukabog's not great right now. Yep, there's the T-West. And last one. So a block of Myco spawn, Chrysalis, sack A spawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, actually, there's a world where we want to actually keep, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 creature would make 13. So yes, just in case we draw into an Emrakul, go to blocks, block, and block. Take 6 to 13. I imagine you kill the Null Drift. Yep. Growth Chamber, pick up what? Picks up Forest. Okay. Draw. World Break. In that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The thing is, I want to exile and bounce. Yeah, so Verdant Catacombs, fetch. Breeding Pool, shock. Kick and kick. So 1, 2. Green, red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. So in that case, I'm going to exile the Saga and bounce the token. And from here, they could Shifting Woodland a Titan, so we need to be mindful of that. So in that case, I think I need to hold back again. We'll pass. Yeah, because they have 4 types in yard. Unfortunate. Interesting. Why are you tapping the Shifting Wood? Because you have another one, of course you do. So you can haste it. You can also mirror pull again. Annoying. But you can't double haste, which is good. There's Beseiju. You could Beseiju something, haste the Titan. You can still make a copy. And you have Otawara in hand. The unfortunate fact of the matter is you can bounce my Chrysalis. It's not the end of the world. Saga trigger. Go to blocks. So we block and we block. I guess you would just bounce. No, I guess you wouldn't bounce the Mycospawn. You would definitely bounce the Chrysalis. Sack trigger. To combat or to damage. Okay, Chrysalis down. That's fine. We can get rid of the Shifting Woodland. Beseiju. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, I will use this ability. Should have waited till after I drew. Stomping Ground. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. We'd be short 1 regardless. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. I'm going to say tap then. Draw Wayscape. So in that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Unfortunately, I need 10, of course. So in that case, we can wait on the Saga. Let's go after the Shifting Woodland. World Break, hit Shifting Woodland. Always yield. Pass. Shifting Woodland out. 2 Titans in yard. Attack with a Myco Spawn. We have blockers. Do you have an Otawara? No shot you have another Titan to haste, do you? Son of a... Oh, well, yeah, you do. Well, I'm not dead, thankfully. Just annoyed about it. T-West Pact. Titan. Is that your 3rd or 4th Titan now? 3rd. So we're gonna want to at least get rid of the Saga. You can mirror pool. You would need double red. 1, 2, 3. Actually, you need colorless, which you don't have, so you can't mirror pool actually if you haste. At least not right now. Second main, maybe. If you left the Saga untapped, you probably could have. Battlements. We'll take the 6 down to 4. Not much I can do about that. Also, did you pick up a Sage earlier? You must have. Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Picks up Vestige. We'll take the 6 down to 4. Annoying. Two Razor Trigger. And now you'll make a copy of Titan again. Ugh. Yep, there's Titan. We can bounce it with a Wayscape. Things are likely to Beseiju. No, the Beseiju's on board. Never mind. Saga and Vestige, unless you still have another Beseiju in hand. Beseiju, yeah. I believe this is a fail to find. Yes. Draw. Myco. Myco makes that interesting. So we play a forest. So I need what? 11 to do what I want to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 minus 4 is 5. So yes, we have enough to do what I want to do, which is to exile a land, bounce the copy. Ooh, at the same time, the real prime time is an issue. I could also Bajuka Bog their yard. Alright, let's start with this. We need to keep a blue-green up. And a colorless. We have the colorless, we have the blue, we have the green, yeah. Alright, and confirming we see 3 temples in total. 1, 2, 3, yep. So, in this case, I want to pick at... I don't need to get rid of both sagas, technically. I could get rid of Hainweir. They already used their Echoing Depths, though, so I don't need to worry about that. They used their T-West. I don't think I need to worry about that for the Urza Cave. So in that case, get rid of Saga. E-Temp. Exile Saga, bounce the token. And pass, no attacks. Pact, pay for the Pact Friend. Alright. Next turn we can World Break. No attacks. Wooded Foothill is literally a dead card. Actually, I should play this smart and bait. One more. Getting rid of the Hainweir Battlements makes sense here. Hainweir down. Oh no, it wouldn't matter. I can't. I'll pass. Urza Cave, onto the battlefield tapped. How do I only have 2 types in yard this entire time? Wild. Mycosynth Gardens, okay. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't think they have many utility lands at this point. And it doesn't seem they play Bajuka Bog. There's an Amulet, finally. Finally found one. But attacking here is not wise. K command. So in that case, I can simply exile the Primeval Titan. Yeah, we could do that. I'm trying to think of why I shouldn't. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, because this is mana neutral, actually. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we can't Emrakul. In that case, I think my best bet here is to exile Scrydraw. Exile Titan. I do have one concern. And that is our friend Aftermath Analyst. If I exile Titan right now, how does it benefit me? I don't think it does. I'm going to pass and hold. Because if they find the Aftermath Analyst, we do need to interact with that. Begin combat. End step. Okay. So we're just going to send the K command then. K command is sent. And Bone scoops it up. Alright. Solid 2-0 win against Titan. You don't see it every day, but we got there. Good freaking stuff. Alright. Well, we'll be back for match number 4. Alright, and we're back for match number 4. On the draw for game 1, I'll keep. We have 8 hits off the top for soul lands. Actually, we'll go Verdant Catacomb. Sprawl first. Quite a grave shot. Thoughtseize. Nope. Tamio. Okay, we'll make that work. Little Chrysalis is good, but again, I really like a soul land here if possible. Sprawl. Do you have a force? You do not. Alright. Again, still have 8 hits off the top for a soul land, for a Chrysalis on 2. Temur attacks, triggers, and pass. So likely a counter spell. No soul land. In that case, I'll attempt to resolve Talisman of Impulse, or Talisman of Curiosity. Do you have a spell snare? Spell snare, counter spell, neither. Tapped, pass. So next turn we can start playing Chrysalis. Ooh, Grixis. Interesting. Draws. Pass. Snow-covered swamp. Why snow-covered? Interesting. Ugh. You suck. Pitch a World Breaker. I need a land now. Draw. Ah, son of a bitch. Well, shit. I don't have blue, so I can't cast a Null Drift. We pass in full. Yeah, that did a number on me. Attack of Tamio. We're not out of the game, we're just not in a good position. Was not expecting a Kolaghan's command. Scouting turn fetch. So it could be Grixis Wizards, maybe? But why the Kolaghan's command? Draw, flip. Yep. They do leave themselves open now, though. So if I can resolve, draw, land, perfect. Chrysalis trigger. Pass in full. 3, 6, 9. So yeah, we're at 9. Paying cost, Tamio, blocker. Sewers, yep. We need to deal with this Tamio ASAP. Tamio in response. Trigger. Always yield. We have another one to follow up. No? Alright. Brings back Bolt. That's fine. Be my guest. Yep. That is A-okay. Soul Land. Sprawl. Sprawl is mana neutral. For blue. Yeah, that's fine. Annoying. And pass. And hold. Tamio plus. 5 in hand. Paying cost for another Tamio. Makes sense, Fire. So up for doing that. Ooh, hello. Well, I need to sacrifice 2 to get through the Tamio anyways. So I'm thinking Ugin Lab Imprint Sire. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll cast the Null Drifter, because at least that way we'll draw 2. Trigger. Always yield. Resolves. I'd be shocked. Flare. Go to combat. Swing at Tamiyo. Trigger. Go to blocks. No blocks. Sack. Pass. Tamiyo down. Okay. Pass. Next we can play an anti-causal vestige. We're at 10. Short of Emrakul. We could also rumble. Attack. Trigger. How does Warp Raid push? Rude. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thinking he might rumble. So I'm doubting this vestige survives. Let's rumble. Paying cost. Sink. Rumble. Cavern of Souls, Mycospawn, Null Drifter. We haven't played a land for turn, have we? I don't think so. Sprawl in Yard, Creature in Yard, Land in Yard. So we don't add any types short of the Malevolent Rumble. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm thinking Cavern of Souls, that we can resolve a body next turn. Cavern of Souls, name Eldrazi. And pass. And hold. Combat, swing. Investigate. Opponent gets a clue. Two, three, draws a card. Yep. And you either resolve 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, we can just resolve Emrakul. Never mind. Sink, bolt, passing, draw, impulse. Trigger, always yield. Our turn, comrade. Why bolt in the Spurfix Springs though? Spell Snapcaster for sync? Yes, I see. Sync. Our turn. What the fresh hell are you? Enters or attacks. Draw a card, then discard a card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 14 or more cards, you may transform. You may play cards from your graveyard. Huh. Okay. Draw. Trainer. You can fail to find, right? You may reveal. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So... cast the Thunder Trap. Trigger. Let's take a look. So I can Kolaghan's Command. So I can just target player discards a card and deals 2 damage to any target. Yeah, that seems reasonable. So grab the Kolaghan's. Cast Kolaghan's. Discard a card, deal 2 damage, discard a card. I suppose hit the trainer, hit the Snapcast of the trainer. I guess, no, I'll hit the Snapcast and it'll deal me a bit more damage. So, discard 2, Discard 2. Black, red, generic. Pitch. And pass. And pass. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Short. Alright. Attack of Tamiya, attack of Trainer. Yep. Gets a clue, draw a card. Is it a land? It is a land, but not the land I was looking for, admittedly. So in that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bajukabog. Target you. And we could go Vestige, actually. That is a consideration, but I think Sire's 7th is probably a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. We'll go Sire, pass. Seriously? Draws a card. And bone skips it up. Alright, solid win against control. What do we want here? Dismember, Thief. We want Bog, we want Cavern. Cut Ghost Quarter. Cut a... See, Sire 7th is kind of mid because it just does nothing. Like, Anti-Causal Vestige and Sire can probably get cut here. Yeah, that makes the most sense to me. Oh, wait. Well, K-Return actually probably should get cut. At the same time, it seems that most of their creatures are pretty small, so maybe the K-Return's fine. Yeah, I'll keep this. Keep. Pass. Yeah, 7 hits off top for K-Command. 2 on 2. Draw. Chrysalis. Hold. Hold on the off chance that it's relevant, I suppose. Pass. Draw. Chrysalis. Verdant Catacombs. Use K-Command as a permission spell. Scouting turn, fetch, surveil. Yep, that's fine. Pluto Delta. Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize is fine. Take the Rumble, since everything else is redundant. Either that or K-Command. K-Command is always a good target, admittedly. Yeah, I think K-Command's still probably the right hit. Takes the Rumble, though. Okay. In that case, let's go to end step. Fetch Verdant Cat for a force, just in case they're running a moon effect. And again, let's use this as permission. And done. Paying cost, consign. Yep, that's fine. Pass it full. Draw. Dismember. I will K-Command again. Force check. And done. Stomping around. And tapped and pass. Okay, Delta fetch. Yep. So no consign in hand, otherwise they would have consigned. Watergrave. Yeah, Dismember. Riptide Lab. Huh. Yeah. I mean, I guess it is wizards. K-Command. We'll use that as permission. Pass. And hold. Off chance they have a Bowmaster. Paying cost for push. Yeah, that's fine. Not ideal, but fine. 4 in hand. Steam Vent, shocking. Really? Bribery? Really? I mean, yeah. I will ramp Scry Draw. And done. Huh. Did not expect to see bribery of all cards. Jesus. What do we get here? I mean, they can't counter it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Huh. Interesting. Oof. Yeah, bottom draw. Sprawl, not doing too much. Passing full, you take an Emrakul. That's obnoxious. Yep. Draw. Sprawl. Actually, it's a bit dangerous, the Sprawl. If they have a force, that would kind of suck. And pass. And hold. You'll attack for 13. I'll take. Down to 6. Draw. K return. Chrysalis. Does the body resolve? No, didn't think so. Flare of Denial. So 3, 7, 9. 9. So we're not dead. Yeah, we're not dead yet. Unfortunate. Really needed that to resolve. Paying cost. Sync will get you there. I'll concede. Yeah. Not much I can do about bribery and Emrakul. Fresh hell. Alright. Well, we'll drop the gemstone. Keep the bog, as I mentioned. I think we do cut the K returns. Bring in Sire, anti-causal. Huh. So if they're running bribery, I wonder if there's a thought to bring in Wastegate Battle Mage, as strange as that sounds. That way we can bounce back whatever they have bribery. I think it could be cute. On the play for game 3, I will keep Misty Rain, Fetch. Again, not sure if they run a Moon Effect. Don't play it safe. Do you have a Force? No Force. Go for red. Pass. And pass. Sewers. Unless they drew into a force, we should be clear to cast this Rumble. Early, could use a land here. Rumble. Cavernous Souls. Name Eldrazi. As much as I wanted that Myco spawn, the Cavernous Souls is definitely the better choice here. 6 short of Emrakul. Looted Delta, passing, yep. Draw. Stomping Ground. Stomping Ground tapped, pass. Yeah, one awkward thing about the Wastscape is I would need to use the spawn, so if they do push it, yep, that's annoying. Blue Delta. Thundering Falls. Ooh. Yeah, you gotta. We'll get rid of that next turn, but that is annoying. Draw. Commercial District trigger. Dismember to grave. I need some action here. So in that case, kick. Pass. And pass. Yeah, Myco Spawn, a Chrysalis would all be good options here right now. Thunder Trap. Thunder Trap finds what? Bolt. Do you bolt the Wastscape? I don't think so. Rumble. Go to combat. Yep, that's fine. If you want to use a bolt on Wastscape, I'm okay with that. Rumble. Spell Snare or Force? Neither. We'll grab, in that case, a Chrysalis. Actually, have I played a land for turn? See, there's a world where grabbing a land might be better, but I think I grab a Chrysalis. Pass. 5 types in yard. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we do miss our land drop. Thing is, grabbing a land there is reliant that our opponent then doesn't interact with our spawn in order for us to draw into a land to play the Sire, so I think the Chrysalis is the safer choice. Five, 10, 3 short on Emrakul. Hold on off chance it's relevant. I'd like for you not to bribery me again. Combat, swing for 1. Yep. Down 18. Second main. Draw. Rumble. That's interesting. I'm thinking that they probably have some counter magic, so I'm just gonna hold. Alright, so 5, 9, 12, 1 short of Emrakul. Flame, deal 5. I could sack all the spawns, but I'm gonna hold. Yeah, I think sacking all the spawns there probably wouldn't have been worth it. You draw 2 off the flame. Combat 1 down to 17. So I think if we can start resolving these sires, we're in a good spot. Yeah, this is an interesting Thoughtseize. I mean, we're guaranteed a sire. And we're very close to an Emrakul. Maybe take the Rumble? Takes a Emrakul. Okay. Spurific Springs, Bolt. Paying cost for Snapcast for Thoughtseize. Takes another Emrakul. Yes, that is the idea. Yep, down to 12. Paying cost. Bolt. Yes, that resolves. So they're hoping I don't draw into a land, basically. Draw. Talisman. Attempt to resolve Rumble. Do you have a force? There's the flare. Attempt to resolve Talisman. Talisman resolves. Next turn we do have a Sire 7 deaths, as long as they don't interact with my Talisman or spawn. Pass in full. Yeah, I think if we can resolve these Sires, we'll be in a good position. Down to 15. Second main, paying cost 4. Snapcaster. Snapcaster for flame. So blow up a talisman. Do you blow up a spawn? Yes. So now I need a soul land. Draw. Asking you shall receive. Out of an excess of caution. And pass. Now this is on board. It's going to be very hard for them to deal with. Especially if I can get an attack in. Flame. Draws 2. Land cycle, snow-covered island. Okay. And Thunder Trap. So now I'll be able to get an attack in. They'll be able to block 4, they'll take 3 down to 9. If they block in full. Draw. Mycospawn. Perfect. I will go to attacks first. Block. Sorry, friend, you do need a block of 2. Yep. Down to 8. Kick with a Mycospawn. And I'm going to kick... What am I most worried about right now? I mean, bribery, for one. I guess blue-black. We could go Bajukabog, but I'm gonna go E-Temp here. Actually, no, we already seen Bajukabog? Yeah, I guess so. E-Temp. And pass this way, if we draw into a land, I'll be able to cast the Sire. We'll have to pay attention to the Kolaghan's command, but beside that. Lab. And I guess you can grab back a Snapcast, but not sure if that'll do you much good. draw. Talisman, Goblins command. Basically, if it's a land, I can play the second Sire. So they are going to Kolaghan's command out of Excess of Caution. Maybe pitch, return a card. Grab back a Snapcast, maybe? They can't meaningfully deal with Sire, I don't think. Because is there a sink in the stupor? No, there's not. Alright, in that case, I will cast the Talisman. Might as well, I suppose. Alright. So now Sire has pseudo hexproof. Yep. Returns trainer. Alright. Like, what could you possibly find here? And Boat skips it up. Alright. Solid win against Grixis Wizards. We'll be back for match number 5. And possibly the 5-0. Alright, we're back for match number 5 on the draw for game 1. Sure. The hand kind of does nothing, but if we do find something off the top, we're in a good position. Ooh. I'm afraid. Alright, and Emery. No kappa, no kappa. Oh, son of a... Okay. I'm in danger. Yeah, that's a problem. I'll play the forest, play the talisman, and pass. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bobble. We'll be able to K-return the Emery out. Bobble trigger, we pass in full, not much we can do about that. Saga. I don't want to Ghost Quarter Saga. Amber. Yikes. So they're one away from the Kappa. Yeah, I want to Ghost Quarter Saga, sweep the Emery, I think. Is where we're at right now. Emery targets Thought Monitor. Well, it'll sweep the Thought Monitor as well. Yep, there's Thought Monitor. Draws 2, Bobble. And draw. In that case, they could have Metallic Rebuke, not throw by that prospect. Alright, and any reason to not play this, not Ghost Quarter now? I guess there's a reason to wait. Go to Upkeep, draw 3, Ghost Quarter Saga. Yes. Fails to find? There's the Might. The Might can eat the Talisman. Thought Monitor. Jeez, okay. Well, we can clear again. And then go for a fetch, I suppose. Draw. Bog. Bog is relevant. Because they could Emery Boots. Yeah, that's a thought. Another K return. Bobble. Target me. Might. Trigger. I'm tempted to bog, but I'm not sure there's a reason to right now. Windswept Teeth, pass. Put a pause on end step. Draws a card, 4 in hand. Bridge, paying cost for what? Full, rude. Apparently I just can't have mana sources. Fetch. Surveil. Trigger. Null Drifter I'll draw 2, yeah? Top. Now I'm debating whether or not we should hold it, honestly. I see the Null Drift. I think drawing 2's probably right. Draw 2. Trigger. No. And no. Evoked. I'm tempted to bog. I think I'll Verdant Cat here, then pass. Put a pause on end step. Bobble trigger. Bot cast, draws 2. Paying cost. Emery. Yeesh. Boots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they can't go for Kappa yet. 3, 4, 5, yeah. I mean, I think they just go for Bobble. Either that or Pinnacle Emissary. Yeah, maybe I should have bogged. Maybe. Target. Bot monitor. Oh, yeah. I think I probably should have bogged then. In retrospect. Draw 2. And fetch. Fetch for Breeding Pool or Stomping Grounds. Doesn't matter too much here. We'll go Stomping Grounds. Tapped. Draw. Command. Attempt to resolve Malevolent Rumble. Paying cost for Metallic Rebuke. Unfortunate. Bajuka Bog, target you. And this, because I can't even cast this K command right now. Another Emery. There's Kappa. Targets Kappa. Plays Kappa. So I need a E-temp off the top now. Unfortunate. Actually, no, we still have double K returns. Yeah, E-temp gets me there. Maybe. Boots. 8 down to 10. 10 down to 8. Oofda. Rumble. So now I'm looking for Null Drifter. Damn. We can Ugin Lab. Okay, so I think I might have and out. GitLab. Import. K command, scry draw, exile or ramp exile? I think we have to ramp exile. Ramp exile, Emery. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Done. And hope they don't have another artifact. Okay. Yeah, you got it. Alright, lost for game 1 against Affinity. I may have been able to do a bit better had I Bajuka-Bog the turn earlier. Doesn't look like they have a lot of basics. They only had one, so I'm wondering if Magus might be good. Let's see, Ghost Quarter yes, Gemstone no, Bog yes, Cavern yes. Anti-Causal Vestige can go. Sire's a little bit awkward in this matchup, but probably better than Null Drifter, question mark. I mean, cheap way for return, but we think we actually cut return. Cut a Null Drifter. See, I don't want to cut 3 Chrysalis, though, but it might be worth it. Yeah, we'll cut the 3 Chrysalis so we can try and resolve the moon, because we can resolve the moon. I guess they still have the artifacts, though. So maybe the Magus isn't the greatest move. I will keep. Yeah, I think we eat Temp first in case we draw into another Soul Land. And in retrospect, maybe Magus isn't all that great. Like, they don't have a lot of basics, but they do have just mana rocks on mana rocks. Yeah. So we make it to game 3, we'll cut Magus out. Like, it was a thought, but in retrospect, not a good one. Probably better to keep the Chrysalis to ramp. E-Temp, pass. And hold. Island. Cost Tamio. In response. No, no. No, no, no. No, no. This thing's ridiculous for warp 1. Do you have another artifact? You do not. Perfect. There's Magus. I'm thinking of just exiling that drone, though, honestly. I'm going to ramp. I'm going to exile. Done. Goodbye, drone. And pass. And pass. Next time we can rumble. Blue for... Oh, Jesus Christ. Saga. Amber. Opal's online. Thoughtcast. Warp. Draw. Breaker. In that case, let's start with... I'll just rumble. There's Wayscape. Take the Wayscape or take the Emrakul. Let's take the Wayscape. Commercial District, trigger. Cyrus, 7 deaths. I'm gonna put that to yard. I need some lands here. Pass. And pass. So next turn we can Wayscape the Saga. If I find myself a blue source, that would be ideal. Emery. That was fantastic for me. Tell you what. I can still make... Ugh, seriously? Actually... Okay, we can make that work. Attack. Draw. Emrakul. Kick. You have Consign. Make a construct. The only downside of Magus here is it does put me off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I wonder if it might just be better to World Break, honestly. Yeah, I think Magus was a bad idea in retrospect, like I said. Yeah, I think I'll pass at that point. I would like a land for World Break. They can make another construct, but they're going to go for the Pinnacle Emissary instead. They're going to warp it? Huh. I guess that makes sense-ish. Plays another. They're just trying to flood the board. Make this construct big. I have no reason not to block the Wayscape. Draw. Land. Yes, thank you. Fetch. For a blue source. Breeding Pool Shock. Breaker. I'm gonna get rid of the Saga. Unfortunately, we're one short of Emrakul. That would have been ideal. That was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah. Another Saga. Block the 9 power. Yep. Construct beats might be enough to get a K command. Sprawl is not it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think we're just dead. I can try and Hail Mary this. What do I even try and hit here? Off the Null Drifter. K command, I suppose. Blue Drifter. Draw 2. Another Emrakul. Unfortunately, that will not do it. No. Yeah, even if I had played the Magus, 1, 2, 3, 6, yeah. If this was a Chrysalis, that would be a bit of a different story. Would have had enough blockers. Yeah, so my mistake for boarding in the Magus. Like, it was a thought. That thought, unfortunately, was not a good one. But, c'est la vie. Sometimes it wins some, sometimes it loses some. But that being said, that there's still a pretty decent record, 4-1 at the end of 5, so I'm pretty happy with those results. Null Drifter felt good as per usual. 3 Emrakul felt okay. Were there times where I wish it was a Ugin? Sure, but I mean, I can be fine with 3 Emrakul. I've been seeing some lists with KGC again, which is interesting to me. I feel like the meta isn't right for KGC right now, at least in my personal opinion. At least not in E-Ramp. I don't think it's as necessary as, let's say, Chrysalis, because it's great into Zoo. And it's great as, like, a blocker, as ramp, etc., right? So yeah, a bit surprised about that, but I'm curious, I'm intrigued. Maybe I'll play some Karn Eldrazi ramp again. But speaking of Karn, tomorrow I will be recording my video for Eldrazi Tron, which I'm very excited about. I have some new cards there as well. Speaking of new cards, Anti-Causal Vestige, really good in E-Aggro. I don't think he cast it a single time in E-Ramp. There is just that one last slot that's kind of kicking around in my list. Could be a Ancient Stirrings, I guess. Could be a Threat, another 7-mana value spell. We are just running 10 right now. Could be running 11. So that's another consideration. Could maybe put Emrakul in that, or not Emrakul, Ugin in that slot. Something to think about. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. I still found Devour to be pretty lacking, so I'm off Devour again. I like my Null Drifters. I like Sire 7 Deaths. I think a lot of decks struggled to fairly deal with it. I feel like if spot removal is more necessary, then maybe I'll go Devourer, but I don't feel like that's the case right now. Whereas just landing a Sire can just be absolutely game-changing. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll put a Stirrings back in, maybe I'll put in a 7-mana value spell and call it, but the Vestige kind of felt it's okay. It's okay at best. But that being said, that there will be the end of today's video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. Be much appreciated. For as much as I hope that you all learn from me in both my success and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have reached this point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button, as we're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers. At which point, I'll be able to start monetizing these videos, allowing me to save up for a streaming PC so I can stream live over on Twitch. In the meantime, though, if you do want to support me monetarily, you can do so over my Patreon, where you can get early access to my 2 videos. That being said, though, folks, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye!